Hey everybody, it's Andrew Martin coming to you with another message on Tuesday, July 29th. And I can't even keep a straight face when I'm saying that July's been a great month because July has been a bitch of a month, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it's all for the good. Yes, I trust that I'm being guided and cared for and all that good spiritual stuff from a human perspective. And from the perspective of just the day to day, man, who the fuck even knows what is going on? I mean, from one minute to the next, some days I wake up and I am full of energy and I'm ready to go out and conquer the world and do all those things. And then the next minute I'm like crawling on hands and knees to get back into my bed to sleep for like 2 or 3 hours. It's like emotionally, one minute I'm flying high, feeling great, and the next minute I'm a blubbering, crying mess, and just like, I mean, it has seriously been the full gamut of emotions. I mean, to be honest, it's all good. Like, my life is great. I truly, truly am, in a great place, but, from the day to day, man, it has been a test. It has been a trial. I mean, I feel like this purification process that we've been going through has been, really slowly ramping up. But for this month, for myself personally anyway, anything that I thought was a trial by fire or anything that I thought was really intense or difficult to deal with on an energetic level has been nothing compared to what I've been going through this month of July. Even with this video, like literally for probably the past week and a half, 2 weeks, I wake up thinking like, okay, today's the day that I'm going to do this video, and then it's like the wind is just totally taken out of my sails, and I just have not been able to get it done, and that's fine. I think that, and this is kind of the message that I have for us today, and the update on the energies for what's happening right now, is that really what it comes down to is if it ain't love, it ain't getting through. I feel like this morning when I woke up and I had the idea and finally felt like, okay, the energy and the message has clicked. I'm ready to do this video. And I was asking Spirit to show me, like, because I love metaphors, I love analogies. I think they're one of the most powerful ways that we can share ideas. And I was asking for Spirit to give me an analogy and give me a metaphor, and what I was shown was like a series of filters, right? So it's like, if we think like way back a couple of years ago, or even just like in 2012 when the giant shift started happening, it's like, we were sent through this process of purification. And the first filtration that we went through was like really, really big. When you think in terms of filtering, they start with a really big sieve that has really big openings, and then they get smaller and smaller and finer and finer. And the first one that we went through, it was pretty big, so you could sort of sneak through some things that weren't maybe the purest and most loving thoughts or ideas or energies. And then we go through the next one, and it's a little bit tighter and a little bit tighter and a little bit tighter. And we've been able to, or I can speak for myself, I've been able to sort of sneak through a couple of things that I'm like, yeah, maybe that issue isn't entirely resolved, or maybe this is a space in my life where I'm still filled with judgment and I'm still filled with negative emotions or lower vibrations or what have you. And so I've been sort of like, kind of hiding it out. It's sort of been like this contraband that I've been trying to get through the filtration process. And of course, Spirit understands and Spirit knows and Spirit sees that, I'm not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. These days, the only person that I can fool is myself. And I think that I thought that I had sort of pulled a fast one. Well, not this month. I am telling you that this past month has been like the filtration process, and the screen and the sieve that we are being pushed through is so fine and so delicate and so refined that there is not room for anything to get through that is not coming from love, and that is not in alignment with who we truly are in our hearts, which is an eternal, infinite being of love. And so it's really just been about, like, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. We have no other choice but to let it go. Of course, free will always reigns, but what I'm finding myself feeling like is, and for lack of a better phrase, it's sort of like we've been pushed into a corner. It's like, look, you have a choice, and this is where the free will comes into place. The choice is we can continue to hang on to these old ideas and these old stories. We can continue to sort of stuff those feelings and brush them aside, the things that we don't want to deal with or the things that we don't want to feel. But there's no getting through this next level of purification until we deal with these things. I think that the reality is that as humans having a spiritual experience, there are going to be feelings that we don't want to feel. There's going to be anger and frustration and sadness and jealousy and loneliness and all of those things that we tend to want to avoid or tend to want to not feel and tend to not want to deal with, and just sort of say, no, I'm putting on my happy spiritual face and here I am, I'm a being of love and light and I'm aligned and I'm in the vortex and I'm feeling great and blah 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 blah. And that's all well and good, but the reality is that we are still human and we still have things that we need to deal with. We still have things that we need to unravel, and if you can't feel it, you can't heal it. And that has been, for me, what has been happening for the past couple of weeks. And so really what I'm left with and what it comes down to is that if it ain't love, it ain't getting through. And it's something that we can choose to hang on to, and we can choose to stubbornly say, no, this is mine, I want it, I own it, I identify with it, and I attach to it. Or we can say, you know what, this just isn't working anymore, and the harder I try to cling to this, and the tighter I try to put a grip on this, the more painful it feels, and the more unhappy I feel, and the more out of alignment I feel. So at some point, I've just got to say, you know what, I can't have this anymore. I don't want this anymore. I've got to let go of this, because really the alternative is to just feel shitty, and to just feel out of alignment, and to just feel all tangled up in knots, and to not feel the ease and the flow of the unconditional love that's coming to us. And the love never stops. That's the thing. We are the only ones that can ever block it from us. That stream of loving energy is always coming to us. It's always available to us. And we're the only ones that can say, nope, not feeling it. I'm not going to align with it today. And we have that choice in each and every moment. So it really has been this sort of like, it's not like pass fail in the sense of like it's good or bad or you're right or wrong, but pass fail in the sense of like, if it can't pass through the filter of love, then you gotta let go of it and then you gotta try again. And I keep seeing, they keep showing me this image of like it's like you're trying to go through security at the airport. And you have this one little thing in your pocket that you think, oh no, I'm gonna get through security. And security, nope, we scanned it, we saw it, we felt it. Go empty your pockets again, re-examine the contents of everything that you're trying to carry through with the next phase of your journey. And if it's just not aligned with love and light, it ain't getting through. And you've got a choice. You can either hang out and be determined to hang on to this thing that you don't want to let go of, or you can feel it, you can heal it, and you can let it go. So that's where I've been. And I think the most important thing that we can do for ourselves right now in these times, it's energetically all over the place. And I know that I'm not alone. I mean, a lot of friends and a lot of clients that I've been working with have been feeling the same thing. We just can't fake it anymore. You can't put on that happy spiritual face and say, no, it's all good, I'm fine, when you're really not. It really is an opportunity for us to be completely honest with ourselves and to completely look at ourselves and to say, all right, I still have more internal work to do. I still have more clearing to do. I still have more unraveling to do and more knots to untangle before I can really honestly say that I'm at peace with something and that I'm able to release it. And that's fine. We really must show compassion for ourselves in this time. We really must love ourselves and allow ourselves to feel whatever it is that we need to feel, to experience whatever it is that we need to experience, and know that it's all coming from a place of love. It's all coming from the same place. It's the same energies that we've been dealing with. It's just now they're ratcheted up. Now they've been turning up the volume on them, on the energies that are coming through, and we really can't hide from it anymore. And I guess the beauty of that and the positive aspect of being able to look at that is to say, wow, these intense, crazy powerful energies that are coming through right now, we would not be experiencing them if we were not prepared to deal with it. If we were not at a place in our own journeys that we were able to finally say, okay, I'm letting go of this old story, I'm letting go of this old belief, and the old crutches, the old things that we used to rely on, the old physical things, whether it was food, sex, drugs, shopping, whatever, that we used to be able to use to numb ourselves and to deny our feelings and to deny what we really do need to examine and to feel to heal. We just really can't hide from it anymore. And so it's like at every moment we are being prompted and we are being like blasted with this love energy to go back inside and do our work internally again. Everything right now is an internal process. Everything right now really is, it's another one of those moments where it's like, no honey, you got to go back inside and you've got to deal with this. You've got to find what little pockets of your life and what little pockets of your emotions and what little pockets of your internal landscape have you not examined and have you not excavated and have you not purified and cleansed. And until we do it, we're not going to get through this next layer, this next filter, this next sieve that we got to, we've got to be such refined energetic beings to get through this next layer of energy that it's just not going to work anymore. And so for someone like myself, I was thinking this morning, I was like, this kind of reminds me of when I was in high school. And, I've always been a really smart kid, but I never really applied myself. I never really wanted to do the work. I mean, I was happy to skate through with a D- or a barely passing grade as long as it got me onto the next stage because school wasn't really that important to me. And so, I've always sort of had this approach to my life that when things get difficult or when things get tough or when things get intense, I tend to sort of pull back. I tend to sort of shut down and say, oh, that's fine. I'll just fake it till I make it, or I'll just sort of skate through, or I'll cram the night before. No ma'am, not anymore. If we are not doing the work, if we are not truly, honestly examining everything that is in our life right now and truly, honestly, and with love and with integrity saying, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. I've got to let it go. If we are not doing that work, then we're just going to continue to be on this loop, this Groundhog Day, this same shit, different days sort of spiral that we find ourselves on until we finally say, with love and with compassion for ourselves, when we can finally say, you know what, fine, I surrender, I'm ready to let go, and I'm ready to move on. So it really is about another level of surrender. It really is about another level of self-examination and doing the work internally and holding love for ourselves and holding compassion for ourselves. Have I mentioned that thus far in this message, that it's about self-love and self-compassion? It really is about just letting go and saying, you know what, it's okay. It's okay to feel shitty, it's okay to feel frustrated, it's okay to feel angry, but at some point we've got to decide that we're going to tell a new story and that we're going to let go of it. So that's the message for today. That's my update for the energies. Don't even get me started on what's happening in August because honestly, I haven't even tried to think of what's on tap for us in August. But what I know to be true right here, right now, in this moment, is if it ain't love, it ain't getting through. And if it's built upon illusion, it's not getting through. And if we've been fooling ourselves and lying to ourselves and kind of kidding ourselves, thinking that we can sort of sneak this contraband, this energetic contraband through, the great cosmic, security gate at the airport. Nope, we can't. We can't do it. It's just not going to happen. So show love for yourselves. Show compassion for yourselves. Find a way to laugh. Find a way to rest. Find a way to nurture yourself. Find a way to take care of yourself. Find a way to just comfort yourself in a way that is true and is authentic and allows you to feel it and heal it and release it. So that's my message for today. I hope that this resonates with you. I know that, it's been a really, really crazy month for me in July. That's why I haven't been recording any videos. I haven't been really sharing any messages. I've just been really just having to do my own work internally. And so I just wanted to check in with you and say, hey, here I am. I'm with you. I feel you. I'm totally going through the fires of transformation and purification myself. And yeah, it's painful sometimes. And yeah, it feels gross sometimes. And yeah, it's difficult sometimes. But it really is, and I truly believe this in my heart, it is a loving, wonderful opportunity for us to further let go of everything that is weighing us down. And if we want to soar high, if we want to fly high into those higher energies that are available to us now, we got to let go of anything that's holding us back. So that's it. Thank you as always for watching. Please go to my website, check me out there. You can follow me on my Facebook page if you want to see daily inspirational messages that I share there. You can go to my subscribe to my YouTube page if you want to be sure to catch all of my videos. As always, I'm available for readings or sessions if you've got anything that you need help with. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. I hope that you're smiling. I hope that you're happy. And you know what? It's going to be okay. Just let go. Keep breathing and trust that once this purification process is through, we are going to come through yet another one of these moments in our lives, and we're going to look back and go, oh my God, I've got this. Yeah, in the moment it might feel crazy and it might feel intense, but if we were not able to handle it, we would not be going through this. So that's it. I love you. I hope you're well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.